Hola chicos y chicas. Today we're going to talk about adjectives. At the end of this presentation, you'll be able to say that you can define what an adjective is. You can list the different adjective endings in Spanish. You can use proper masculine and feminine endings for the nouns you're trying to describe. And you can give the opposite gender for any adjective. Adjectives are words that describe people and things. Here we have the Hulk. We can see that he is a big, strong man. However, if you take away the adjectives, he simply is a man. So you can see the importance of adjectives when you're describing someone's physical shape or their personality. So what are these people like? In English, we would say, the girl is artistic. The boy is artistic. The girl is silly. The boy is silly. The boy is daring. The girl is daring. Notice that we didn't change the adjective at all, depending on who we were talking about. In Spanish, most adjectives have both masculine and feminine forms. Masculine adjectives are used to describe masculine nouns and usually end in the letter O. So we would say, Marco es ordenado and simpático. Feminine adjectives are used to describe feminine nouns and usually end in a letter A. Marta es ordenada y simpática. ¿Cómo es? So let's describe these people again, but in Spanish. Describe them first and wait for me to say the answer. ¿Cómo es Carmen? Carmen es artística. ¿Cómo es Jorge? Jorge es gracioso. ¿Cómo es Lidia? Lidia es graciosa. ¿Cómo es Rocío? Rocío es atrevida. ¿Cómo es David? David es atrevido. ¿Y cómo es Pablo? Pablo es artístico. Notice that in all these examples, we change the adjective according to the gender of the noun that we are describing. What if it ends in an E? Well, adjectives that end in E describe both masculine and feminine nouns. For example, Pedro es inteligente. Anita es inteligente también. Let's remember to hold the door for Dora. So adjectives whose masculine form ends in dor have a feminine form that ends in Dora. For example, Bob es trabajador. Luz es trabajadora. We can also say, él es deportista. You might be asking yourself, why are we saying deportista when my noun is masculine? Well, some adjectives that end in ista describe both masculine and feminine nouns. Ojo, you will need to learn which adjectives follow this pattern. For example, Roberto es deportista. Mari es deportista. It is the same for both masculine and gender, feminine nouns. So let's review. What are the masculine endings? Correcto. O and dor. What are the feminine endings? Muy bien. A and dora. And what are the endings for both masculine and feminine? Muy bien. E and ista. Let's write the opposite form of the adjective. If the adjective is feminine, write the masculine form. For example, gracioso would become graciosa. So what would be the opposite of conservador? Correcto, conservadora. What would be the opposite of famosa? Muy bien. Famoso. What about elegante? Muy bien. Elegante. Notice that this one doesn't change because adjectives that end in E can be used for masculine and feminine nouns. How about optimista? Muy bien. It becomes optimista. Again, this follows that pattern like the ones that end in E, where it can be used for feminine and masculine. And last, sincero becomes sincera. So, think about everything we just learned in this presentation and reflect back. Can you define what an adjective is? Can you list the different adjective endings in Spanish? Can you use proper masculine and feminine endings for the nouns you're trying to describe? And can you give the opposite gender for any adjective? If so, muy bien. If you weren't able to answer yes for some of these points, go back, take a look at the presentation once again, and make sure to ask questions when you return to class. Hasta luego, hasta mañana, adiós, nos vemos.